Hi, and thank you for choosing us. So today, me and my team are going to make a 5-minute real estate pitching. And we hope that by the end of this presentation, you have in mind of what property you're going to buy from us. And we hope that this presentation will benefit you and your family in the future. So these are the data that we consider while filtering out data. So one of it is price. We did some research on the senior auditor working in KL. The salary ranges from 3K to 5K, in which the loan for a house will be approved is 3K to 5K, 300K to 5K, I mean. And other factors that we consider is room, should be at least three rooms. Furnished, should be fully furnished because it's very convenient for the family. And the build size should be at least 1,000 square feet. Location is the most important thing. It should be near to KLCC, and the property type must not be a studio. These are the maps of the filter data and the number of properties in each location. So based on this descriptive statistic, we can suggest you that the ideal property price that suit your budget is the property with the price less than 430,000. From both of these graphs, we can infer that both factors affect the price of properties equally, since we can see that both of the gradient is the same. And on the other side, the table, as you can see, we can conclude that the price of property is weak positively correlated to the build size. Therefore, we can say that the price of the house were influenced by the build size rather than the distance to the nearest LRT station. So next, as you can see, we have this pivot table that we produce. So from the chart above, we can see that properties at Wangsa Maju and Segambut have the highest and second highest average size respectively. But we do not know the price of the properties because from the previous finding, we can know that the larger the size of the house, the higher the property price will be. And on my right side of the pivot table and the graph, we can see that since the property at Wangsa Maju have the highest average build size, therefore it have the highest average price. But since there is only one property in Wangsa Maju, hence the property will be slightly cheaper than the other properties. So these are the data we filtered so far. Next, we need to build a pivot table to get a better view of the properties correspond to its build size. And these are the pivot table that we have built, and also these are the graphs. And we make a small conclusion that only Wangsa Maju have a property size more than 1,200 square feet, while there are 2 and 4 properties from Kuchai Lama and Segambut respectively. So since we already knew which property size we should choose, now we can move to the other deciding factor, which is location. Since we knew that you favors a property that is near to your workplace, which is KLCC, therefore, we should choose the property that is closest to the nearest to the city center as possible. So from the map, we can see that the nearest property to KLCC is Segambut and Wangsa Maju. So from our observation of the remaining data, we can see that the price range is the same for all properties and the distance to the nearest train station is approximately the same, with Wangsa Maju having the least distance to the nearest train station, that is less than 1 kilometer. Since you is a forever home buyer and view your home as a foundation of life, therefore, we can remove the property with the lowest build size. Lastly, after filtering all the data, it only leaves us with 3 properties, and that is our final recommended properties for you. And to sum up all of this, we can say that all the properties listed above have an adequate build size. Furthermore, the distance from the property to your workplace is relatively near to KLCC, and the distance to the nearest train station is also very near. And the most important thing is that the client can have all the necessities that this property provided without breaking the bank, as all the prices of the property is within your budget. Therefore, these 3 properties are our final recommended properties because this property ticks mostly at all of your needs. Thank you, and we hope that this will be a good experience for you while buying a house from us.